Welcome back to the Super Divorce YouTube and or Twitch channel. Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce, and welcome to tonight's edition, the 20th edition of Sega Mania. This is a review show, an internet live streaming program in which we are celebrating and taking a stroll through the late, great Sega Mania magazine. More specifically, we are reviewing every review and playing every game reviewed in the pages of Sega Mania magazine, the now defunct Sega Mania magazine that ran from 2021 through 2022 and then stopped abruptly, seemingly for no reason at all. Why? Why did they cancel Sega Mania magazine? The world may never know, unfortunately. But we're not going to let the story of Sega Mania magazine end there. We're going to continue the rich, grand tradition of Sega Mania magazine by, like I said, starting at the very first issue is what we did. We started with issue number 1 of Sega Mania. And we are working our way through every single game reviewed. We're not going to play all the way through them, but what we're going to do here is we're going to read the review written in the pages of Sega Mania magazine. Then we're going to play the game reviewed for about an hour. And then when we're done, we're going to see how my review stacks up against the review written by one of the fine employees at Sega Mania magazine. That's what we do around here on Sega Mania. Hello, Martin Carrot Calwhacker over in the chat. Tonight's game is a game called Psychic World. A game that I had never heard of until I began reading Sega Mania magazine. One of the great things about this mag is that just in 7 short issues, I learned tell of many a new game, and I look forward to working our way through every game reviewed in review order, taking a look at them, seeing what they're all about, forming my own opinion, not just taking Sega Mania magazine at their word, but forming my own word. And we're going to see what that word is just shortly on this game, on Psychic World. Before we do that, however, I've taken a few notes here. Here's my notepad. Got a few notes written down about Psychic World. Now, this is a spatial episode because they did a double review in Sega Mania. Sometimes they'll review a game that came out on multiple platforms, but then they'll only cover one of them. In that case, what do? I cover the version that they reviewed, the one that they took the time to talk about. Sometimes they will cover one game released on multiple platforms. That's what we've got here tonight, because they reviewed each one independently. So we're going to be taking a look at Psychic World on the Game Gear, and then Psychic World on the Sega Master System. Psychic World was originally released in Japan on the MSX2 system back in 1988. Later, it would come to the Game Gear and the Sega Master System in 1991 from developer Hertz Company. Main developer on this one, a fellow by the name of Tsunemoto Sugawara, a guy who actually left games way back in 1993. He hasn't done a whole lot since the early days of console gaming. Relatively early. You know, console games have been around for a while, by 1993, but compared to now, you know, that was like the beginning, basically. So he stopped doing games way back when. This game, Psychic World, and all the others that he worked on never really took off the way that he hoped they would. So it's kind of sad. We'll find out soon if his obscurity is well deserved, or if maybe he's one of those hidden gems of gaming. Jonathan Squat, aka Jack Shit, says, "Nice glasses, Four Eyes." Well, you've got a dog wearing glasses as your profile pic, so I mean that's more embarrassing in my opinion. Mr. Jorfus is here. Hello, Mr. Jorfus. How you doing tonight? When this game first came out, back on the MSX2, it was actually called Psycho World. That was the original name of it, and then they changed it up for the Western release, thinking that the Psycho would give people the wrong impression. They would think it's a game about some sort of crazy guy. It's about like the movie Psycho. That's kind of what people thought of, dressing up like an old lady and going and stabbing people in the shower. That's not what this game's about. So they changed it to Psychic World, having more to do with psychic powers and abilities and so on. The reviews were kind of middling when this game came out, and I think that's why it just kind of sunk into the mix. It didn't really it wasn't flying off the shelves or anything. Someone deleted his comment. Who deleted his comment? I'm looking in the chat. We've got comment deletions taking place. Both of the Sega ports of Psychic World compared to the MSX version, both of them feature smaller levels, which was apparently something cool about the original, was that the levels were pretty large, you know, kind of action platforming levels with branching paths and sort of a labyrinthian structure to them. And then they really cut that back, I guess, for the Master System and the Game Gear version. In the Game Gear version, you only get 4 stages, and they kind of cut and chunked some of the levels up and just stitched them together. On the Master System, it says that they cut out the 4th level entirely from the original game. So, as a creator, I'm sure that Tsunemoto Sugawara was not happy. I mean, he said that it was a little unnerving. I actually found a good interview with him, and I put it, there's a link in the description if you'd like to read that. Found an interview with the creator of this game, Mr. Sugawara, on GDRI, Game Developer Research Institute, a website that I had never heard of until I started looking for fun facts about this game. Because I couldn't really find much on Wiki. It's a very short Wikipedia entry on this game, so I had to kind of dig around a little bit and find some different sources. There are 2 other reviews that I read that I thought were fantastic, and I put the link to each one of those in the description of this video too, in case you would like to check those out. Some old school, hard-hitting video game websites that I highly suggest you check out. Now then, as for the sound in this game, one of the composers, Kenji Yamazaki, also worked on Ninja Gaiden for the Game Gear, Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy, and he's continued working to this day. Recently doing the music for a little game you might have heard of called Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 4. So he has continued working, unlike Tsunemoto Sugawara. Yamazaki-san has continued his work to this day. And another fellow who worked on the sound team, a guy by the name of Itsuho Numata. He also helped out as sound assistant on Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Land of Illusion featuring Mickey Mouse, Phantasy Star 3 and 4, and he was the voice of Alex Kidd in Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle. So how about that? Now let me take a look at the chat here. Carrot said he never owned a Game Gear. Why, huh? It just pops in as a set of eyeballs looking around. Hello, why, huh? How are you? I'm waving back. Carrot says all these new people stopping by. What's up? What's up? What's my favorite Alex Kidd game? Are you asking me? Or are you asking why, huh? Or maybe Mr. Jorfus what their favorite Alex Kidd game is? Sip of coffee. Now, before we get into the game, since we've gotten our fun facts taken care of, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up my issue, my floppy issue of Sega Mania magazine, issue number 2, and we're going to check out this review by... Who did this one? Hold on. As I mentioned before, for some reason, issue number 2, they didn't put their full names in here. They just signed off on each one with their initials. And I can't remember who these initials belong to. I thought that they had kind of a little answer key in the back with all their names actually written down. If I could find it. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Well, you know, guys, maybe you're just not... Who is it? Ah, okay, I know who it is now. I should have known. I've said that plenty. We've done this guy's reviews before. Why Hun never had Alex Kidd. He had a Game Gear though. He has a Game Gear, so it doesn't work so hot though. Is it is the battery life your issue? Or is it funky? Is it beaten up, taking a drubbing over the years? Turning off intermittently on its own, doing that kind of shit. If it's the battery life issue, you can always just get yourself a wall charger. That's what I did. I had a Game Gear back in the day. And I think we put batteries in it like once. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to plug this in all the time, which kind of defeated the purpose of having a portable handheld. But, you know, a lot of times I'd take it to my grandparents or what have you. It'd make, you know, you keep some batteries handy so you can play on a car ride somewhere. When you get there, you want to have your wall charger so you don't have to use your batteries. Anyway, we've got our review here from Simon Pike. And let's see what Simon Pike had to say about Psychic World on the Game Gear. Simon says, the Game Gear version of Psychic World offers up an ESP-based adventure that players can carry in their pocket. And there are enough differences betwixt the handheld port and the Master System version to make the decision on which one to buy about more than just whether you want to take it on the road with you. For the most part, these changes seem like design choices, rather than a result of hardware limitations. And the developers have made some clever tweaks to ensure that Psychic World for the Game Gear is well suited to that smaller screen. The story remains the same. A mysterious explosion, a kidnapped sister, and a player character with amped up psychic abilities. But once the gameplay starts, the changes between systems become very apparent. The first 2 acts of the Master System game have been squished into one. I mentioned that, so they kind of cobbled some of the worlds together on this one, some of the levels. There's confirmation of that. And certain especially tricky platforming sections and environmental hazards have been omitted or made more forgiving in order to avoid fiddly, squinty handheld frustration. Sprites take up a larger proportion of the screen, and Lucia's outfit has been changed from her Master System pink attire to a fetching blue ensemble. These visual changes help to make the adventure pop on the smaller display. Another thing that is certainly worth noting is that the main downfall of the Master System version has been completely resolved on the Game Gear. Players still select the different powers in the same way, by holding down on the D-pad and pressing the jump button to go into the selection process, but this time, the game pauses while you scroll through the different abilities on offer. This one simple change means that switching your equipped ability during an intense boss fight, or while quickly and carefully navigating a tough platform section, now becomes a breeze. This is a big deal, and would have made the Master System version that much more user-friendly. Now, if I may pause there for just a second. If you go and read that interview that I put in the description of this video with the creator of this game, he actually voices his disappointment at the fact that the port on the Game Gear did that. He did not like the fact that they made it easier on the player by allowing you to basically pause the game when you're selecting a new ability to use. Because he thought that having to do that in the midst of a battle made the game much more intense, and as the creator of the game, one of the main designers, that's one thing that they wanted. They wanted a player in that position to feel the crunch and feel the strain of the situation. But I suppose the people handling the port said, you know what, we're gonna go easy on the Game Gear crowd with this one. Back to the review here. Due to the variance in level design and layout, Psychic World on the Game Gear feels like a very different beast to the Master System version, and players who play both are in for two distinct experiences. If you're a Game Gear owner, on the lookout for an involved and pleasantly challenging adventure to take with you, Psychic World comes highly recommended. If you're lucky enough to own a Master System as well as Sega's handheld powerhouse, then there's a really decent argument for picking up both. After all, what's better than a pretty anime girl with dangerous psychic powers? Two of them, of course. So there we go. There's Simon Pike's review of the Game Gear version of Psychic World. And we will just shortly see what we think. Going back to the chat for a second, Why Huh said that he bought his Game Gear refurbished about 10 years ago, and there's some rattling object inside. He says he has 2 other Game Gears that don't work, need to ship them to the repair place. I haven't really looked lately. How much is a Game Gear going for on eBay or Mercari or something like that, you know? Because I'm wondering, you know, what's that going to cost you to ship? It's going to cost you to ship it to wherever the Game Gear repair man is. If it's overseas, you might end up spending more money than you'd spend if you just bought a working one on the internet. I'm sure you've probably thought of all this, but this is what springs to mind. Good condition Game Gears are going for about $100 right now, says Why Huh. I'd like to pick one up. I had mine for the longest time and I don't know what happened to it. Very similar to what happened to my Game Boy, which I'm more pissed off about. I've told that story before. I had my original Game Boy that I got for my birthday. I believe it would have been my probably 4th or 5th birthday, I think. And I kept it throughout all the years. All of my years until my mid-20s, and then Jess and I moved out of one apartment we were living in, and I've not seen it since. I don't know what happened to it. I had my I had the box that it came in, the system, all the games, the little cartridge cases, everything. The power pack, all of it. And it just disappeared. And I have no idea where it went. Maybe someone stole it. That kind of makes me feel better. I like that idea better than I just left it somewhere like a dumbass. Maybe I had it sitting on a box or something in the hallway and someone just walked by and helped themselves to it. I actually would prefer that. Jonathan Squat, aka Jack Shit, says I stole it. Well, I hope you're taking good care of it at least. Alright guys, let's check out Sakic World on the Game Gear. In an isolated science lab, Dr. Knavik does his research on ESP, aka ESP. Lucia and Cecile, twin sisters, assist the doctor with his research. And then one day, there was an explosion at the lab. And then, wow! What was that? I hope Cecile and Dr. Knavik are okay. I think that's a good voice for her. Is this Dr. Knavik? The creatures we use for experiments escaped and took Cecile with them. I guess that's probably Dr. Knavik. Knavik. One of the two. Navik. Oh no! Poor Cecile! They really give you plenty of time to read the captions here. Wear this ESP booster! It'll help you! So he's holding the ESP booster in his hand, I suppose. That's... what is it, a hat? A hula hoop. Ooh, look at that. We got a little cleavage going here. Hang in there, sis. I'll save you. Sakic World. Press start button. Round 1. Prairie. Here we go. See what my powers are like. Okay, we've got C to jump, B to shoot. I was told there was a way to change power. Oh, hold on. What do we do there? If you hold down on the D-pad and then hold C, you can let go of the D-pad and move around to different things. I don't know what this is doing. That used up some ESP power. That's taking my ESP energy, and I don't know what it does. Maybe it temporarily... well, I think it might heal me, actually. It looks kind of like a medical symbol, doesn't it? That's probably to heal, but I've got full HP, so I didn't see anything else happening. No use for the A button, as far as I can tell. Ah! This is emulated by the Vi on my Genesis Mini. So if you're wondering, hold on, what are you talking about? Those aren't the same buttons. Oh, that's why. So once you get a little open space, you start running. She's like faster than Sonic the Hedgehog. What does B do? Got some sort of different something or other here. Oh, a little bit slippery. The platforming is just a little bit slippery. Picked up something else there. I'll have to check these things out real quick. Oh. What does that do? What did I just do there? Did that take me back to the beginning of the level? Or is this a new place? This certainly seems like the beginning of the level to me, like I went back. Now what kind of power is that? Why would I want that? Maybe if I get in trouble in a boss fight and I don't want to die? It seems a little silly. Waiha really enjoys this aesthetic. It's nice looking. It's a nice looking little game here. Her blaster is a little weak. Leaves a little bit to be desired there, but not a huge complaint. Oh, what do we got here? We're going down a waterway of some sort. Running down the river. That. Yeah, I wish these shots went a little bit further. That'd be helpful. I'm gonna be nervous to like use any of these powers that I get. So-called powers. Restart the level. Uses up ESP and seems to provide nothing of value to the player. Well, getting caught up in the stream here a little bit. Down we go. Some sort of plant-based enemy down there. Jorfer says this game looks like Mega Man. It seems... Hold on, now what's going on here? Okay, I don't... Well. Game over. Okay, we'll continue. Back to the beginning, I guess. Maybe I should have used that power to go all the way back. Maybe that would have been the good time to use it. And what, you die one time and you got to start all over again? One of those, eh? I mean, there are hints of Mega Man here for sure, but I don't think that the blaster is as effective. Oh shit! Damn it! Blaster's not as effective, and she doesn't move around quite as nimbly as Mega Man does, in my humble opinion. But it's okay. Mega Man's a tough cookie. This game doesn't seem like it's quite as hard as Mega Man, but I'm stumped about this right here. I guess maybe I just run past him? Nope, I can't do that. Alright, what if I use this? No, that doesn't... Oh, I gotta... Okay, I gotta shoot him while he's launching his shit. There we go. Can I heal up now? I don't know if that actually gave me any health. Or if that just makes me invincible or what. No? No, that's not giving me health. I think it just makes, kind of gives me a shield for a second. Ah, shit. I landed in the lava. Hey, Jess. How's it going? What are you working on? You getting your drawings done? I don't seem to be able to wall jump either. There's another Mega Man thing that's missing that would be welcome to have. Guess I'll go over this way and see what we can see. Whoa! Oh, what am I gonna have to do there? Maybe this, maybe the water one kind of creates a waterway that I can use. No, that just changes my shots to water shots. Well, that didn't work. Well, how the hell am I supposed to get across there? I can't do that. I guess the water blaster is good. What? Laz is here. Says it's Laz, not Jess. He signed in as mom. Why are you signed in as mom? Why don't you sign in on your own account? Okay, well you can run across the lava if you get yourself going there. You know, a little health would be good, don't you think? Wouldn't just a little health be nice here? Emerson says hi, and I don't know. Okay. Hi, Emerson. Mr. Jorfus. Oh, no! Damn. Again? Good God. I really don't like that. Alright, well, we've got... about 20 more minutes with this one. When I said we play games for an hour. When it's a double feature, we do a half hour eacher. But they're like, oh, we wanted to make it user-friendly and a little easier for the Game Gear crowd. And then they go and make it one death, game over. Which is about as hardcore as it gets. I don't recall them saying in the review that this is a permadeath game. You know what I mean? Alright. Yeah. Was that a new thing? What was that? No, that's the one I already have. That's not helping me out. Come on, get over there. Down the waterfall. Now maybe this would be a good time to stop and use this. And then maybe we'll use it again. Because why not? There we go. That's why we're in much better shape this time than we were last time. Oh, and I missed that. That's good. Dodge the old lava bullet. And use this one more again. Just to hop down there and get that. Now I can switch to my water blaster. Which is good to use. Get this guy. They must be vulnerable to water down here in Lava Land. Not Lava Lamp, Lava Land. Ah. I don't think I need to go that way because I can't get anything over there. Okay. Jog it out. Let's get over there. Alright. Drop down. And this is just about where we were when we perished last time. Let's try to not do that this time. Whoop, whoop. So I can see how maybe on the MSX version we were told that the game was known for some labyrinthian style levels. Oh, get over there quickly, please. No, not that. I can't get up there. I don't know what they want me to do with that. I can't double jump. Everyone's going to call me Pooper Divorce Carrot. I won't be one bit surprised when it happens. And I hope it does. I hope it does. And I'll give you all the credit in the world. There we go. Alright, what is this? Boss fight time? Whoop. Whoa, let's do an armor up. What? Did they seriously? What the? Oh my god, did I choose the level start one? Ah! I was trying to do my armor and accidentally hit the level start. I restarted right at the boss fight. What a bunch of horse shit. Alright, well that's okay. I know how to get back there. Just get off of me, please. Now they're going to start making me rush through. I really have to slow down here. So I don't... Why do I have to be so slippery? There's no sense in that. Okay, we go down here. We're going to hop up on this little log. Hop on the Lincoln log there. Down the waterway. Up and over. There we go. Down the waterfall. Get our health one. Ah, look at that. Only took one round. Okay. Carrot's got the big LOL going. I think he was wondering what was being referred to. What was funny. I'm pretty sure Lazarus has spent enough time on the internet to know what LOL means. I think. Or maybe he didn't. You didn't know what LOL was? Dap, 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 damn it. Well, this round might be a bust now because of what just happened there. That was complete just garbage platforming. I can't get up there. Well, oh, look at that. Another game over. Holy poop. Rhythmic Man is here. Hello, Rhythmic Man. Rhythmic Man said the way the game drops you into a lava pit reminds me of Mega Man. We're getting some Mega Man vibes from this game, aren't we? I still will say it's like, it's not that it's harder than Mega Man, though I keep dying and getting game overs. It's because if you die one time, it's a game over. It's not like you just you go back to the start of the screen. It's a game over. Not even to the start of the level and try again. You lost a life. Just straight up game over. You lose. Which is even more hardcore than Mega Man. But gameplay wise, it's not that the platforming is harder. It's just they throw more bullshit at you here. It doesn't seem as... Can you give me a second? I'll look at this. There. Yep. There, finally. go down here and jump down the waterfall. Whoop! Oh, did that actually hit me? That was crap. Alright, select my... Oh, come on. I thought I had it. Fine. We'll use it again. There we go. Hey. Ah, shit. Yeah. He said so. Yeah, you said he was signed in on your account for some reason. Okay, I put a bottle in there. Up! Ah, see? I knew it was coming that time. Alright. Get that thing, whatever it stands for. What does the B stand for? It's not one of these. I'm not sure what B does. And with no instruction manual, all we can do is guess. We're only left to guess what that might be. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on! 2 hits! Jesus. Just use this to bullshit my way across. Oh, did I take another hit right there? Wow. Wow. Just wow. Just really wow. Okay. I better armor up here. Well, there we go. Okay, here comes our boss fight. And let me try to not teleport myself back to the beginning of the level. Now, so the creator of this game said that pausing the action right here was it made the game too easy. I don't know about that. I think this, like, if I were not holding the screen right here, and I was trying to run around and then also select my power up, that seems like it would be a lot to juggle right here. A lot. Jonathan Squat, aka Jack Shit, said I could beat this. I don't think you could. I don't think you could beat any game, Jack Shit. Prove it. Prove that you can beat one game. I bet you couldn't beat... You probably couldn't beat the Peppa Pig game on the Nintendo Switch. You probably couldn't beat the original Super Mario Brothers. You probably couldn't beat the first level of the original Super Mario Brothers. Jonathan Squat, aka Jack Shit. Alright. What did it do that again? Hold on now. I did not select... I didn't do it again that time, did I? Did I do that? Or was I, Can someone confirm? Could you step back, someone in the chat, and see if did I select this? Or did I actually select, like, the infinity loop one? To take me all the way back to the beginning. Because I feel like I didn't do that, but maybe I was talking too much and I wasn't paying attention. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm really interested to see what the difficulty level is like on the Master System version here. I mean, I feel like a piece of shit that I can't get further, but it's also kind of garbage tier that you have to start all the way at the beginning of the game if you die a single time. Like, there are not many games, even from this era, that only give you 1 life. Usually you're given at least, like, 3. Or you could extend it. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Hold on. Let me check this out here. Looking in the chat for a second. Rhythmic Man confirms I was hovering over the plus sign. Okay, then I don't know what happened. Maybe is it like you get hit 1 time by the enemy, by that boss, and then you get sent back to the beginning of the level? Is that what we're seeing here? Is that what I'm supposed to take away from that? When I spun the menu went to normal and it showed wave icons. Why, huh, said I had to get my baked potatoes out of the oven and eat them, and I forgot they were in there. You don't want to do that. Don't burn your baked potatoes. You're eating multiple baked potatoes? It's a lot of food. Or is it just baked potato mashed potatoes? Or like baked potato chunks? If you're eating multiple baked potatoes, just like 2 full baked potatoes, or 3 or 4, it's a lot of potatoes. Carrot says, why even is there a spell that restarts the entire game? I don't know. That's a good question. Rhythmic Man says, possibly good if you get soft locked, but there should be a warning / confirmation. But this is an old game. And you can't really, like, you don't know. You don't know what the icons mean until you just use them. Again, unless you have the instruction manual, which we don't have. Okay. Oh, Waiha had 3 small baked potatoes. They were not deluxe baked potatoes. They were the basic version, the miniature baked potato miniature. There we go. Fixed his wagon. No, okay. There we go. I'll get the instruction manual if I end up ordering the game off the internet, because I'm not opposed to it. I don't hate this game. I actually kind of like it. I just wish that I didn't have to restart the entire GD thing every single time that I lose a life. Yeah, baked potato mini. Not to be confused with the baked potato classic. Regular sized baked potato. Alright, should I put on my health suit? I really wish that I had a little bit more impressive jump here. That's another issue that I've got with this game is no double jump, no wall jump, and then they've got these places where maybe there's a power-up you can get that allows you to jump higher. Maybe that's why they give you the teleport. Maybe I'm going to uncover, if I can make it that far, like a jump enhancing ability, which I could then take back to the beginning of the whole game and then reach all the places I couldn't on the first pass. Maybe that's why they did it. Okay, down we go. And got our health pack. Alright, I've got full health, so look at that. defeat a boss! Alright, there we go. Round 2, Ice Field. Now maybe if I die on this level, which hopefully I don't, but if I do, maybe they will let me start back at the beginning of this particular area. Yeah, I knew the infinite symbol was what was teleporting me, but I didn't think I selected that. I thought I was selecting my health thing. Now, it doesn't seem to be very slippery here, which is good. These enemies take a few more hits than the enemies on the last level. Here at Icefield. Can't make it through there. Maybe there's a fire power that we're going to unlock. That would be good. Okay. Jack Squat, aka... No, Jonathan Squat, aka Jack Shit, said that he's already beaten this game, but he has no proof, so I wouldn't believe anything that he says. Alright, now what am I supposed to do here? Okay, we've got a puzzle to work out. I can't shoot upwards. I can't shoot through these blocks. Wait, hold on, there is fire. I had fire the whole time and I didn't even know it. Okay, so that's good. This fire doesn't seem to be melting anything, though. So... what would they like for me to do? Is this the time when I need to use my infinity symbol? Okay. Whoa! Alright. Can we melt these? That works. So I need to, I think I already have that anyway. That doesn't matter. I already have that power up. You don't need it. You can keep it for all I care. What I will do, let's throw that on again. And then hop. Maybe. I don't know. This is where I just was. Maybe jump while sprinting. No. No, that didn't seem to be it. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh, I missed Ghoulie dropping in. What's up, Ghoulie? How's it going? Look at her head. She's going crazy. She's like, why isn't this doing anything? I don't know. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Really, what do they want from me? What do they want me to do? What am I missing? Oh, hold on. Maybe we can form ice. Aha! Is that it? That is it. We can form ice. Now it all makes sense. Now I can delete my ice blocks. Let me get my ice back out here. just get one. Now let me bring my fire back into the mix. There we go. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Got a tentacle monster down here. Oh, shit. You know, some health would be much appreciated. Just a little bit. I bet I'm gonna slip on this, aren't I? I knew it! I knew it! Well, at least they have allowed us to go back this. But they don't fill up our hit points. Okay. Very well. Put that on. Oh, get up there. Can someone please, for me, drop a little bit of health? Just one heart. Hold on, that's not hurting him. It's because he's an ice-based enemy, and it's not hurting him. How about this one? Much better. Switch over to our ice pack. There we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was... Yeah, see, I don't like that. They give me a power-up I already have. I don't need it. Give me something I can use. Like a heart. A nice heart. That would be just fantastic. Now, I guess I'll go ahead and shield up here. As I take care of these bozos. Suit up again. No. Let him go. No, I don't even need that. See? They're giving me all these things that I already have. And I haven't seen... What did that do? I don't know what that was. I haven't seen a health in ages. You might think it's over precautious, but sometimes you can't be too certain or too safe. Alright, probably what they want me to do now is go back to my ice. Or not. Or they don't want me to do that. What do you guys want me to do here? Oh, they're going to let me do it there. Seems completely arbitrary where the ice actually forms. Or is it just against those blue blocks? Is that all we get? No, because there's one up there and that's not working. Okay. I don't think I can make this jump. But I'll try. Nope. That didn't... Well, that wasn't good. Oh my gosh. There's no way I can make that. Is there any other trick that I have up my sleeve here? No. No, no. Nothing's working. Okay. Oh. Well. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I would be able to do that. Okay. No, nothing yet. Let's get over here. Now we'll bring up our health. Oh shit, of course. I had the ice equipped and I need to have the fire because we're on an ice level and all the Enemies here seem to have ice resistance. So let this run out. Again. There we go. Alright. Go up this way. Oh. Woo, that was close. Okay, let me try and see what they would like at this juncture in the game. Ice platforms. Going up that direction. As long as I don't slip off. Nope. Okay, I gotta go there. Now over here. Select my fire flames. And... oh, okay. Alright. I see what's going on here. They wanted me to do that first. I think that would give me room to go through. No, it doesn't. How about that now? Alright, there we go. Okay, let's... I don't have a whole lot of ESP left, but I only have one hit left too, so... I better suit up. Whoa! Oh gosh. Oh boy. Alright. So it's a game of wits now, you see. I have to pick a side. Go up this way. And, yeah, okay. We got a little fun with ice blocks minigame happening here, huh? Whoop. Really? I can't make... oh, I can make that jump. Alright. Tell you what we're going to do. First, fire flames. Then, armor. Take him out. Oh, look. It's health. But... whoop. Okay. Keep it cool. No! Ah! Okay, guys. That's that's gonna do it for the Game Gear version, I'm afraid. So now let's go back here, and I'm just gonna get on out of that game, and let's check out what they had to say. No, cancel. There we go. Master System. We'll do our reviews later. Oh, Warrior Valar says I would have beaten it. I'm sure you would have, Warrior. I'm sure. John C says you killed her. Hello, John C. Oh, Ghoulie says, hey man, 3Ks really isn't allowed. Well, I guess if you count the next two, it's 5. Carrot says there's so many new people. Well, you know, this is what I knew the power of Sega Mania had in store. I knew that this magazine was not ready for death, and if we just did our best, to keep it alive, that the life force that existed within the pages of Sega Mania magazine would flow through the digital veins of the Super Divorce YouTube and or Twitch channels. And maybe at some point it'll achieve such notoriety and such heights that the staff members of Sega Mania magazine will have no choice but to come back and continue with issue number 8. Maybe. John C. says, play X-Women on Game Gear. Well, I gotta play through the reviews in Sega Mania magazine. That's what this whole program is. We're going review by review, in the order that the games were reviewed within the pages of Sega Mania magazine, issues number 1 through 7, from 2021 through 2022. All right, here you go. Another one from Simon Pike. Psychic World on the Sega Master System. Explosions in secret laboratories rarely result in anything good. The one that happens early on in Psychic World results in player character Lucia's twin sister Cecile being taken away by escaped monsters. Bad for them, but pretty good for us, as it means we get to play this curious gem of an adventure that might have flown under a lot of people's radars. It certainly flew under mine, as I mentioned earlier in the program. Back to the review here. Psychic World on the Master System is a port of an MSX game known as Psycho World. We learned that in the opening fun facts section of this video too. Back to the review once more. And while some areas of the game are cut from that version, the Master System port still holds up nicely in its own right. The game opens with some very pretty anime-style stills that briefly explain the story and introduce us to the twins and their boss, Dr. Knavik. The doctor was using the lab to research extrasensory perception, ESP, which in this world seems to be akin to some kind of innate elemental magic, and following the explosion he equips Lucia with gear that amplifies her ESP abilities and sends her out to find her sister. This all results in a side-scrolling adventure where players can collect and upgrade interesting ESP abilities as they defeat monsters and deal with environmental hazards. The feeling of progression as you persevere through the game is empowering, and often you'll need to use your powers in clever, non-violent ways to clear different areas. Early on, players only have access to 1 or 2 weak ESP skills, but as you find power-ups and defeat bosses, you'll soon be choosing from a whole arsenal of souped-up abilities. Switching between these abilities does expose one of the game's flaws. Psychic World was clearly not designed with the MS controller in mind, the Master System, and some of the inputs can be somewhat fiddly, especially when trying to change your equipped ability in the heat of battle. If you can look past these control quirks, you'll have an action-packed and visually pleasant adventure on your hands. The tunes are good, the world has a cool atmosphere, the powers are fun, and the difficulty feels about right. Not so easy you can breeze through, but not so hard you feel like you're bashing your head against a wall. But wait, why did that lab explosion happen in the first place? There's clearly something going on here. Labs don't just explode themselves. ... So there you go. Not a whole lot in that review that we haven't learnt already, but now let us fire up what's going on here. See what we see with Psychic World on the Sega Master System. All right. Lazarus says, bring back Baz Luhrmann. The lore is so bad it's funny. Baz Luhrmann doesn't think there's anything funny about his lore. The perceptions of lore that Baz Luhrmann provides are the perceptions of lore that no other YouTuber or Twitcher out there have the perceptions of. They don't have the brain, the mental processing power to see the lore that Baz Luhrmann sees. Okay. Here we go. Time to give it a shot, please. In a science lab in the middle of nowhere, Dr. Kanavik does his research on ESP. The twin sisters, Lucia and Cecile, work as his assistants. Plenty of time to read here and look at the pretty pictures. One day, a section of the lab blew up. Why Huh says, is this an all Game Gear channel? No. No, it is not. But this stream is all about Sega Mania Magazine. We're playing Sega games that were reviewed in Sega Mania Magazine. Wow, what was that? Sega Mania Magazine was a fan-funded, fan-run Sega magazine. Hope Cecile and Dr. Kanavik are okay. That ran from 2021 through 2022 for 7 issues and then disappeared without a trace. No one knows why. Monsters that we keep for experiments escaped and took Cecile with them. Oh no, poor Cecile. Is that what he said in the last one? John C. says I'm playing Psychic Butthole World now. Wear this ESP booster, he says. Could be a visor. Could be a... What is it? A face mask? He says it'll help me. Hang in there, sis. I'll save you. Are her eyes... Oh, yeah. There we go. Now she opens them. Well, I'm glad you found us. Why, huh? Psychic World. Alright. I noticed we didn't get the nice cleavage shot to start this game, like we did on the Game Gear version, which is a little curious. Round 1. Prairie. Okay, I like the sprites better in the Game Gear version. They really blew up, you know, the HUD here to an absurd size. Hold on, let me try and mess with this for a second, because it looks like the screen has been altered just a bit. Oh. There we go. I'll just leave it like that. That's good. Now you can see the whole thing. But I don't think it was necessary to make the HUD take up so much of the screen. Look at that. It's like almost half of it. And then you get the sprite shrunken down to this little dinky, like pint-sized, pea-sized character. What's that all about? I don't know what's going on. I missed the chat. Some people are talking about... Jess is telling me to defend her honor because people are saying she poops too much. I don't think you poop too much. Running down the lane here. Did I get hit there? Didn't even seem right. See, the controls work about the same way. Oh, when you hold down C, you see how you get this little blip on the radar there? It blips whichever direction I hold the D-pad. So that's how they're going to take care of that in this one. So I think I like the way that you select the powers better in the Game Gear version too. This one definitely seems a bit more... I don't know. The Game Gear version felt more like a Mega Drive or Genesis game, and this definitely feels Much more NES-ish to me. Which, I mean, you know, that's kind of to be expected. Though, oftentimes what happened when you had a game that came out on the Game Gear that was also released on the Genesis or Mega Drive, the Game Gear version ended up feeling more like an NES game. But the Game Gear version of this one felt more like a Genesis game or a Mega Drive game. It does seem like they might be a bit more generous with health. I guess we'll find that out. I don't really need to go over there, do I? Whoop! Oh, God. Okay. Now I could use that health. Still not sure what the B does. Maybe just give me some extra points. Hi, what's up? Oh. Oh. Well, at some point, that's gonna be something I'll have to deal with, won't it? I hope so. Oh. Well, he's not even. Hold on a second. He works differently than he did in the other one. If you stand right next to him, it seems like... No. Hold on. Jeez, it takes a bit of shit to get through. Lazarus wants to know why everyone's talking about poop because it's 6-year-old humor. Well, clearly he doesn't hang out here very often. Yeah, poop jokes never get old. You're never too old to tell poop jokes.
Well, there's a whole slew of them.
You guys see poop in the game?
Not so much anymore, but it is very brown. Very brown.
Yeah, there's a lot of brown in this one. That, please. Hey, now that's nice. They had extra names for what? I thought it was diarrhea delectables. Oh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Poopy type food? That's okay. It keeps you young and sprightly. I wish I was as cool as Warrior. Well, I mean, I've never prided myself on being cool, so I don't care. Warrior can be as cool as he wants to be. Alright, we got looks like a boss fight. Same sort of boss, but doesn't take up as much of the screen, I don't think. Whoa, look what's going on there. Hold on. Hey, can I... Okay, am I going to get an opportunity to, I guess not. Alright. Very cool. Very cool. I thought he was going to stop at some point, but he didn't. The hits just kept on coming. And I didn't have any sort of recourse for that. That's where, you know, the game stopping for just a moment, you know, would be would be cool. I think that was probably a good choice. You know, there are certain games where, you know, that's how the combat works. I'm thinking of Mass Effect, for instance, the first one and the second one. First one's my favorite. First Mass Effect is perfect. A lot of people prefer the second one. I don't know anyone who prefers the third. I remember when I worked at GameStop and had to try to sell people on that game. I knew it was going to be bad when they started sending around the, what do you call them, like the press sheets with all the little bullet points, what you can tell people, why people are going to like it, what you tell people to get them to pre-order it, all that kind of stuff. Would you guys fucking stop? Ah! But they send this sheet around, and they're like, here's what you say to Call of Duty players. Here's what you say to people who like playing Gears of War. And all these games that had nothing to do with the play style of Mass Effect 1 or 2. And they really tried to, I feel, Gears it up. And I like Gears. I'm a fan of it. Had fun with those games. But I didn't need Mass Effect to be turned into Gears of War. I don't think anyone did. Jess said she did. You missed out. And I met you at GameStop. That's the new lore. We met at GameStop when I was selling you a pre-order for Mass Effect 2 or 3. Yeah. That makes sense. We're not playing Fortnite here. Lazarus said, no Fortnite. No Fortnite. Why, huh? Says, turning something into Gears? Well, I meant Gears of War, of course. Oh. Not literal Gears. Jeez. I would try Below the Factory. That sounds cool. It sounds neat, though. Come on, please. There we go. Jeez. Man, you want to talk about bullet sponges. Woo! Clone? Oh. Yeah. Not many people liked Resident Evil 6. I never played it. I played the demo for it, and I was like, it doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game to me. I'll probably play it at some point, but I just... Yeah. I liked Leon's part a lot. Yes, with the... That's... I mean, that's what people know it for. The giraffe filleting himself, or not himself, but it was a thing. Huh? He needs to go to bed. Lazarus, you've got school in the morning, big dog. All right, let me try this again. Hold on now. Am I going to be able to do this? Ah, damn it. I can't, it wouldn't let me select it again. Jesus, how many times do you have to hit that guy? And there's no health meter. So you don't know where you are. That's... Man.
Yeah,
Holy shit. I mean, I don't, they said you wouldn't have many options early on in this game, but I have, like, none. I have the option to use that power-up to, you know, to protect my health while I'm attacking. But that's all that I get. I haven't seen anything else yet. Yeah, 10:30's fine. That's fine. Oh, get up there. Even these guys are spongy. Just like, enough. Let me see a little bit of the game, will ya? What are those guys? They like take your ESP power away. Little psychic snails. Need a damn turbo button. Alright. Hup. There we go. See, I've said this before, I'll say it again, I'll say it many times probably. It's always a pet peeve of mine when games just make you backtrack at parts that really don't challenge you so much. Like, I've not had any trouble getting this far. This is not the hard part. This is not the difficult part of the game. So just start me back at the boss fight and let me attempt that until I get it. At least a few times. Okay, gotta press down and then we get the fucking thing. Alright, well, here we go. Those guys look like boglins. You guys know boglins? I'll probably feature a boglin or two on random artifacts, which you can find on the Super Divorce Instagram station. Look me up at Super Divorce Band. Carrot says I shit like once a year. You guys are gonna have to forgive me, please. The channel is getting now to a point, our chats are getting to a point where usually I'd be able to look over once every 5 minutes and see a new message. We've got all these new people joining and hanging out, and the conversation is lively, which I appreciate. I just want you guys to know I'm not ignoring you. I can only see so many messages on my screen, though, and then they get lost in the scroll. So, I am checking in. I don't want you guys to think I'm ignoring anyone. Alright, here we go. Here's our guy. He's coming to get us. No, down there. There we go. Maybe if I stay right here, I won't get hit. Ah, there we go. Fuck you, dude. Round 2, volcanic area. Not so hard once you figure... Oh, don't do that. What can we do in the volcanic area? Oh! They tried to trick us. Man, look at that. Just a normal garden variety enemy and you're in like a dogfight for your life. Now there's something going on over there with that guy. Maybe I need a... Oh, what is this? I can't get that. Nope, don't... That's not gonna work. Okay, hold on. Nope. See if I can get the timing down. See if I can make it safely. Come on, goddammit! Jeez. Back! Alright. Whoop. Carrot says we need to strap a GoPro to Warrior so we can see a day in the life of Warrior Vlars. You would see a lot of him staring at our kitchen. Or you would see nothing because he oftentimes gets back into his cage of his own accord just to get inside of his little bed. And that's where he stays for hours. And he's torn, you know, the fabric open on the side so he can crawl inside his bed and be like in this dark cave that he's created for himself, much like the cave where our main character finds herself in this game. I don't know what that is up there. Oh, I picked up a new power, it seems. But first, let me try this. See what that is. Oh, I don't want that. I think that's the one that takes me to the beginning of the level. So I will not be using that one. And I can't even get down there. That's crap. Let me see what this one does. What is that? Did that just give everyone here a nice jolt? I guess so. They shrugged it off. Didn't do shit to him. So that seems like a pointless power. Some other sort of thing, and okay, we've gotten a new thingamajig. Our ice shooter right here. So let's head back down and shoot some ice. Is he gonna stop? Yeah, there you go. Let him get that out of his system here. And I might fall down there, so I'd like to use that so I don't have to worry about it. Whoa! That, I can't even get it. Okay. Never mind then. Thought I might have to get a key or something. But I don't see a key or anything. Just go through here. Oh, one of these sections, huh? Alright. Power up again. Take some expert platforming to... Yep, there we go. Oh, hold on. Gotta wait for him to come back. That little dinky guy. Hearts are all full up. Don't need to worry about that so much. That. There we go. Got our... Oh, Jesus Christ, look at that! Good Lord! Oh my God. Ah! Wow. Wow. So they want me to do all that all over again. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'll attempt this one more time. That's all they're getting from me. It's just absurd. Giving people one life. And you don't track any of the progress they've made. Well. Just really, really shitty stuff there. To do that. I mean, look how many enemies we defeated. And now we have to go and do this all over again. All these bullet spongy so-and-sos. Taking up all my health. I mean, some of it's my fault, but I don't want to stop and, you know, have to power up every time that I go to a new platform. You know, it just gets... It gets to be a bit much. I almost forgot that Carrot is a mayor. And running for governor of California. I don't know about you guys, but I dream of carrot fornication. Oh boy. Let me go down here. Alright, down we go. Put on our little jumpy suit. Alright, gotta watch out for our flying eagle here coming up. Here he comes. No, he just keeps shooting you and pushing you. Ah! Now I'm gonna have to go over there and get that now. I'm gonna have to do it now. No, oh, yeah, that's great. Great! That just totally negate all of the benefits that I got from going to get that health. Just really, really strong. No! Oh my god. Man. Too much. It's too much. The screen's slowing down because there's too much going on. I still don't know what the BBs do. Anyone know what the BBs do? Alright, here comes one of those guys. Did he actually hit me with that? Could someone drop, please, a heart for me instead of these BBs over and over again that I don't want? No one cares about the BBs. Now I'm getting... Oh my god, get up there. Oh my god, what happened? It wouldn't jump! Alright. Well, that's that. Nope. That's going to be it. I've had enough. I've had enough of that one. So, our double feature has come to a close. Psychic World. Sega Master System and Game Gear versions this evening. Alright. Good night, son. First, let me revisit the Game Gear. How do I feel about Simon Pike's review of the Game Gear version? Well, he thinks the developers have made some clever tweaks to ensure that the Psychic World for the Game Gear is well suited to that smaller screen. Not only that, that version would have been better suited for the big screen. It looked much better, much more pleasing, much better art style, nice big chunky sprites just bouncing and moving across the screen. You know? So, it looked very nice. Especially for a Game Gear game. I will agree. Then he talks about the story a little bit. How the colors pop. Yeah, we said that. Color presentation's just great, just fine. Another thing that is certainly worth noting, said Simon Pike, is the main downfall of the Master System version has been completely resolved on the Game Gear. Players still select different powers in the same way, but this time the game pauses while you scroll through the different abilities on offer. And not only was the pausing a nice little feature that they threw in, but the way that you scrolled through on the Game Gear was much more intuitive. Just left or right to pick which power-up you want to use. When you're trying to use the Master System power selection tool in the heat of battle, and you have to move the D-pad around, basically the full circle, to select which one you want, it's not accurate. You know, there were times where I was trying to choose the health, let's say, or really anything. And it's like, it seems like it's selecting the option next to the one you want, and then you actually get it, and then it jumps over to the other side, and you have to bring it back. This is not... It was a little clunky. It was very clunky, actually. Not a little. It was very clunky. I didn't like that aspect of it. The Game Gear user interface was much more user-friendly. Much better. So, yes, agree there. He said that the games between the two systems feel very different. Yep. Obviously, if you were watching, I mean, that's clear just from watching 5 seconds of gameplay of each game. You'll see that they're very different games. Players who play both are in for 2 distinct experiences. Yes, that's true. If you're lucky enough to own a Master System as well as Sega's handheld powerhouse, there's a really decent argument for picking up both. After all, what's better than a pretty anime girl with dangerous psychic powers? He says 2 of them, of course. He calls it a pleasantly challenging adventure. I don't know if I would agree with that. It is a challenging adventure, and there are pleasant aspects to it. But is it pleasantly challenging? It would not be so bad if they allowed you to start closer to where you die. That one death horse shit. One death and then game over. I do not like. I do not like that. That's permadeath. You know what I mean? And you got to get your head in a very particular sort of mental zone if that's what you're sitting down to play. Because it's not like a casual, you got 5 lives. If you die, then you're going to be, pretty close to where you left off, or you'll at least hit a checkpoint halfway through the level. Nothing like that. You make it to the boss fight. You get pwned on your first attempt, which happens a lot of times, because one of the hallmarks of a game of this type, from this era especially, if you're not using a walkthrough and you're not looking at videos of other people playing it, which I really don't do that when I have the pleasure of trying out a game I've never played before. When I see what's coming up, I make it a point to not go and look at videos and see what other people do in certain situations, because I want to have that experience of playing it for the first time blind, of basically renting it from the video store and taking it home. And when you're doing that, part of the experience with a boss fight is learning the boss's patterns. If you only get one crack at the boss, and then they send you all the way back to the beginning of the level, and you've got to go all the way through the horse shit all over again, the stuff that you can probably do pretty easily. I mean, it's not a super easy game, but I don't think that I died. Maybe I did a couple times, just being careless, but the challenge through the levels was a decent level, but it's not like it was so challenging that I couldn't make it through. The levels on a game like Ghouls and Ghosts or something like that, you die quite a bit trying to make your way through the level for the first time. With this one, that's really not the case. It's nice to know where certain people are going to be and where you can jump, where you can go, and all that kind of stuff, but it's not impossible to figure out on your first try, which I did, making it to the boss on my first attempt. But then getting to the boss, getting obliterated in a matter of seconds, and having to start all the way over again before you can even try the boss one more time. Give the player like 3 goes once they reach the boss. At least give them that much, and then start them back at the beginning. That's how I feel about it. It just seems a little, I don't know. You could say, oh, well, it's just brutal. Yeah, I get that. I'm not saying that games can't be brutal, but the rest of the game has a different feel to it. If it was that brutal through the levels, and then the boss fight as well, then you could kind of, you kind of expect it. But there is a bit of a mismatch, in my opinion. I don't know. Out of 1,000 possible Super Divorces, I'm going to give Sakic World on the Game Gear I'm going to give it I'm going to give it 700 Super Divorces out of a possible 1,000 Super Divorces, and you may be surprised. You may think that's higher than I was going to say. But I did enjoy it. I like the music. I like the way it looks. I like the way it controls once you get rolling on it. And I think that I would have a good time. I would, if I devoted myself to it, I would probably sit down and I could get through this in an evening. It might be a long evening, but I would do it. I would add this to my list of games that I would actually like to complete. I think it would be a good adventure and a good challenge. So it makes me want to come back and play it more, even though there is that aspect of it that I really dislike. I like the other aspects of it enough to say, okay, I'll give you a 700 score. Ghoulie said to me the girl on the left is 896 out of 1,000. Girl on the on the right is 471 out of 1,000. I totally agree with you there. Not only is the Game Gear version superior in its gameplay and presentation when you're actually, enjoying the game itself, but the artwork for the Game Gear version is just undeniably better than the Master System version. I don't know what happened there. The Master System version just is not appealing at all. And I guess then that's a good segue to talk about the Master System version. What do I think about the Master System review from Simon Pike? Simon Pike's review of the Master System version. He called it a curious gem of an adventure. Is it a curious gem? Maybe. Talks about the story of the game. We know all that. Nothing to dispute there. Okay. The feeling of progression, says Simon Pike, as you persevere through the game is empowering. And often, you'll need to use your powers in clever, non-violent ways to clear different areas. Well, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know about that. So, maybe he's right. I didn't really get to experience the feeling of progression as I persevered through the game because I didn't feel like I had the opportunity to persevere. Switching between the abilities does expose one of the game's flaws. We talked about that. He didn't like the fact that the game did not pause while you're changing your abilities. Yes, I agree there. Yes. And that's about all he says there. So, I mean, it didn't seem like he gave as glowing a review to the Master System version as he gave to the Game Gear version. And just like Simon Pike, I am not going to award Psychic World on the Master System with a 700 score. I'm not going to give it 700 Super Divorces out of a possible 1,000 Super Divorces. We're not going to do that. In fact, I am going to use Ghoulies 471 possible Super Divorces, or 471 Super Divorces out of a possible 1,000 Super Divorces. That's what Psychic World on the Master System gets from me. 471 out of 1,000. So there you go. Subpar. A subpar action platforming experience, in my opinion. Hidden gem? Not quite. Not quite a hidden gem. I am interested, though, to check out the MSX version of this game and see what the creator's true vision was. I think that would be worth checking out at some point. I don't know when. Maybe I'll get around to it sometime, but I don't know. There you go. Next time, I'm not going to tell you what we're playing because I don't like spoiling it. If you want to find out what we're going to play next time, all you got to do is check the link below. Go over to the Sega Mania Magazine online archive. Check issue number 2. Page... What is that? Page 29. And if you do that, if you digitally flip to page 29, you'll find the game that we're going to be doing next time on Sega Mania. If you don't want to find out what we're doing next time until next time happens, then don't do that. Don't go and look at page 29 of issue number 2. I'll give you a hint, though. I mentioned this game on the stream earlier this evening. And there you go. There's your clue. There's your hint. And that just about wraps it up for tonight. So bye, or why huh says bye. Bye to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for hanging out this evening in the chat. It looked like a very active chat. I was not able to monitor completely because these games required quite a bit of focus, and I tried my best. Thank you, Jorfus. I'm glad that you enjoyed this nice stream here this evening. If you haven't done so, please sub to the channel, bong the gong for notifications, hit the notification bell, and then click all. You want all notifications for this channel, not just some, all of them. And then if you do that, YouTube might tell you when I go live, when I post new videos. Maybe they will. You're going to say all. You're going to ask them to give you a notification for all of the videos that go live here. And what they're going to do is they're going to tell you about some of them anyway. Maybe, if they feel like it. You can give yourself an opportunity to maybe be notified if you bong the gong for notifications. Ghoulie says later. Later, Nick, I'll tell you whenever I ask this girl out. Well, please do. Please keep us informed, and you know, we're here for backup always. Bong the gong, subscribe, like, comment below if you're watching this later and you got something. What else? If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at SuperDivorce. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, where I'm posting a random artifact every day. Some random collectible or artifact from my office. I'm going to post a picture once a day. I've had an Instagram for years, and I've tried various things. I'll post a drawing here and there. I'll post video game stills, and it's like, I don't know. Nothing ever takes off, but I've got it, and I want to use it for something. And it's like, all right, well, what can I do that's not going to take very long? Because I'm not really concerned about having a super banging, popping Instagram feed. But just a little something extra, if you would like. You can go and look at the random artifact once a day. Check out Super Divorce Music on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon. Wherever you stream your shit, you can find Super Divorce. You can listen to some tunes there. And that's about it. So everybody, take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. And bye-bye.